Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Big Russ with Road Trippin' RC, and we're gonna make some updates today on the Defender chassis uh, to go with the new body, or they're just gonna be updates for this chassis because I had another video planned, recorded, and it just didn't come out the way I was hoping. So, real quick, we'll set this to the side, and I'll bring this down. So, obviously, I've not made any progress on this. I've cleaned this up a little bit, and that's really about it. But the big thing is the OG RC carbon fiber chassis for my SCX24 Gladiator base comp rig. I got rid of this. I don't know. I couldn't get this to just perform the way I wanted it to, needed it to, whatever. Um, it's still a cool chassis, and I might try it with the shorter wheelbase from the C10. Um, I mean, as you can see, it is a smaller chassis, and everything I'd seen about this was meant to be Gladiator based. So I don't know. So I have that as a spare in case I feel froggy. But I built the OG RC chassis. The front sits the way I like. The back, I'm not happy with. The shock placement. I'd seen something online that, like, if you wanted to run Gladiator links and keep it low to run C10 shocks or C10 chassis instead of the Gladiator chassis. But what I noticed, and if you can see that shock angle, that is atrocious. And I don't want to lean the shocks back because that doesn't seem like it's going to perform well. Whereas on the front, I can lean them back. So I don't want them both going this way. With the other chassis, I had them going like this, and the thing would just flex for days. And it's still pretty flexible. Just my big thing is the way this is sitting. My upper links hit. And you know what? I can show you. Easy. Easy peasy. If I find the right tools. So I'm not too happy with this. I have lost my RC four-wheel drive nut driver that came with these wheels. It's somewhere in my stuff. It may be in my car. It may be in my garage. I don't know. So I am actually thinking about taking these wheels off. Not the tires, just the wheels. And I mean, this is taking me, what, 30 seconds to do, so no biggie. So, as you can see, the angle of these top links is very flat. Okay, that's the shock's fully extended. That's full droop, right? The front, you can see, drops down significantly because of the angle of the skid. But it's hitting this tray. Beautiful thing is, I do have adjustments right here on the OGRC shock mount or link mount, so I can try to tune it out, and we'll see. But one thing I had noticed was how well this lined up. I mean, come on now. That lines up really well. I don't have to cut out the bed floor. I just have to figure out a mount system for the cab. You know? And I could realistically just figure out a mounting solution based off of these. Super easy, and I'm loving it. The only complaint I have with this, as you see, is kind of bowed out at the front shock towers. I may need to get another one of these little aluminum cross members to put up top to help pull it in, because yeah, it doesn't seem right. Like, I feel like if anything was tried to be mounted up here, it would just break off. This is gonna go, because I'm not a fan of the motor. The only Enduro part left on this is gonna be the center skid. I say that because now Enduro came out with a part, and I wish they would label their stuff, right? I don't know how they keep up with their stuff in the warehouse, but they came out with this part a little while ago, and I've seen people using it on their IR40 builds, and I gotta admit, it's probably the best product I have seen them come out with that actually makes sense in terms of a aftermarket modification that's not a replacement chassis or replacement part. Like, yeah, I've got their center skid, replaces the plastic ones on the SCX 24s. This is the battery tray, and it's called the double stack. And it's so simple and brilliant that it literally takes a minute to install this plate. On the factory chassis, you see the two holes where the factory battery tray mounts, and that's where this goes. It even includes new hardware, so if you're building a aftermarket chassis, you have the hardware for it. And then to mount your ESC on top of your battery tray, you get some hook and loop tape, aka Velcro. Just a little piece. It is designed to be used with the factory setup. I'm not going to be in it or end up using this in the long run. Um, I love my Radio Link RC6GS 7 channel. It is just fantastic. It stores up to 30 trucks, rigs, whatever. And yeah. So this setup, and you do have to remove 2 screws off your transmission because it does bolt to the transmission to help secure your battery instead of just the 2 flat ones. And this side does go down, okay? That is designed to clear your drive shaft. And it's just super simple. It does include washers or spacers for the rear mounts. Because they are needed to raise this up to match the height of your front mounts. And I will show you guys the beautiful part about this. So as I can get all this together. And then you just reuse your factory hardware on the front. So it does include countersunk flathead hardware for the majority of the tray. And of course, like most of these parts, you do not get hardware or instructions, which is irritating, but it is what it is. So, this little piece, as you can see, super flat, right? Versus what we had going on. This little piece slots in on the backside. There's a little cutout. Indicators are being weird. Just drop it in. Probably should have put this on first, but oh well. This is just part of your battery retainer. But just like that. Now, it comes with two different size standoffs. The first one sits just about level with the top of your transmission. The other one, as you can see, is a lot taller. For now, I'm gonna run the shorter ones. When I go brushless or whatever, I may have to switch to the taller ones. But for the time being, we're gonna run this, and it should be fine. Again, the holes for the hardware are countersunk on this piece. On the other side, they are not. This is all real time, guys. This is me just hanging out with y'all, putting this together. I will say, Endura hardware, probably my least favorite, because it never seems to fit anything. So I'm using my 1.5 hex, and it's barely engaging. Let me try a different driver. So that one's actually engaging. There's the other short one, and another countersunk screw. All right. So now the best part about this plate, and I may run it upside down so I don't have to look at their name. So this is called the double stack system. As you can see, there's a ton of holes in this. I can move my ESC receiver combo anywhere on this chassis now, which makes tons of room for the truck bed. Tons of room. I love that. I was trying to figure out when this project first started how I was going to do this. I was going to mount this, and I couldn't figure out anything offhand. And then I saw this come out, and I'm like, God damn it, that's a good idea. So for now, I'm gonna run it not quite all the way forward, but forward. That is also going to allow me to move weight forward. So you guys out there that are like, I'm trying to tune my weight. I hate to say it, but this might be your best bet. Because look, look how far forward my ESC is now. And I can still move it further forward. I've gotten the weight off the back because it usually mounts right here. Right? We all know they sit just like that. So now it's up here and up and out of the way. And to finish off the install, we have our O-ring battery mount. And it's that simple, guys. This whole video has been 20-ish minutes of me just tinkering. We went over some stuff. This install was probably less than 10 minutes. And I had already had this off because of mock-up purposes. So that's I'm actually probably the first thing I've bought from them that I'm impressed with, because it's such a simple design. To throw the battery in, you literally just pop the O-ring out. Don't lose the O-ring. They do give you spares. Just don't lose it. You slide it in. Pull your tab or pull it back around. And boom. And you can see, oh well, kind of see, this little piece right here is your battery stop. Of course, it can't go forward because of your transmission. Now it can't go back any further because of that. I can still plug these back in. And motor. You know what? Screw it. We're going to install it. I could always get more Velcro. Velcro is cheap in this hobby. We're talking a couple dollars for a roll of Velcro that'll last you forever and a day. Plus, we know how to make it work. Come on. This is the part I hate about Velcro. It's the double-sided tape. The sticky stuff doesn't want to come off. So, unfortunately, with this mount, right, I now have to come up with a wiring solution. Because this is just, flopping in the breeze. Because it's supposed to go all the way to the back, and it sits under, runs through here, keeps it nice and tight to the chassis and all nice and pretty. But who cares? Because we do stuff because we like stuff. So this, probably just get a couple, like a zip tie, or boom, one of these little wire ties. Kind of bunch my wire up. call it a day. And it ain't got to be pretty. It's just got to work. Right? And then, I don't like plugging it in without the receiver on, but whatever. It still works with the stock body. Obviously, you're going to see it in the window. From the front, not so much, especially if I can get those wires tucked down. But from the side, definitely can see the plugs. But I like that. That's an easy install. Guys, they're on Amazon for like $12, I think. I bought it on Prime Day. I think I paid $11. They're not expensive. If you're looking for an easy upgrade for your truck that's actually going to be beneficial to you, especially if you're crawling, look, I got less weight on the back of this Defender, where these are extremely top heavy. I have moved more weight forward on this chassis than I think anybody else. Okay? So moving like this really doesn't weigh anything. And this tray being carbon fiber really probably weighs about as much as this. But I've got my brass mounts for my shock towers. I've got this chunky brass center skid. Brass links. Now the weight's pushed forward. I got this giant aluminum bumper on the front. Like, yeah, we have pushed weight forward. I'm not even putting this back on the truck because I don't like it. I think it looks better now without it. So that's that, guys. Let me know what you guys think about maybe derailing this truck. Actually, look, with everything mounted, my ESC is literally right in the front window, and I can move it forward if I need to. The big issue is with the bed, I'd have to cut pretty much to here off and then cut the bed floor out and raise it. Or I make it fit this. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be checking the comments. I always check the comments. If anybody actually does leave a comment, I'm pretty quick to respond. But let me know what you guys think, what I should do, what you think would be the better option. Because I really do love this truck. I love the green. I think it looks great. I think I'm almost at the end of what I would consider this build. And there's only like one other modification I can do to this that's, you know, chassis related, and that's replacing the chassis with something carbon fiber. So let me know what you guys think. I'm Big Russ. This is Road Trippin' RC. Be safe out there. Have fun. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.